Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to the stream tonight. Hi, Hope in Jesus. Hi, Sealed Evidence. Hi, B Tim. B Tim, thank you so much, by the way. Guys, before the stream even started, B Tim came in raining down some memberships, gifting 10 memberships right off the bat. So, welcome, everybody, to the Sleuth family that received those. It looks like we got Brandy Clary, uh, Commie Cart by Mar, Mama Shell, Dukes, Brittany, Gia. Let's see. Bomba Cat, Terry Morris, Moggs, or sorry, is that Mogs? And Outdoorsy Life. So welcome you guys if you guys are in the chat lurking that received those memberships. It's so awesome. So awesome. Hi, Bushes. Bushes, I'm going to drop the link if you want to come up on panel. I know you guys have all been following this uh, case pretty closely. Those of you guys that have been watching all of the different details. Before we get too far into this, though, I do just want to remind you that closed captions are available if anybody is needing to utilize the closed captions on the regular YouTube stream. I did not put them on like the phone style stream because I think it like automatically, I don't know. It takes up too much space on the screen and it kind of squishes the text weird and stuff. I was looking at it the other day. But if you're on the regular YouTube, like sideways stream with the bigger picture, there are closed captions available on my streams. Take a second to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and join us in the chat. We'd love to hear your opinions about the things that we're going to discuss today. So this evening we are going to discuss missing 12-year-old Ryan R.J. Davis. He was found safe by the United Cajun Navy yesterday. I did not get a chance to go live with the press conference, but Sleuthy Sweetheart did uh, share or she posted, I should say, the press conference with the boosted audio, which we're going to go ahead and watch it, and I'm going to boost the audio a little bit more even than what she did. But going to use her copy because it does have the best audio out of anybody's that I've seen so far. So this is a link though to Sleuthy Sweetheart. If you guys want to follow her page, she's been uh, not a member, but she's been a chatter with us, a member of the Sleuth family for a while, kind of watching some of the streams and stuff for videos that we have done in the past. And she does have her own channel as well, just smaller channel. She posts a lot of press conferences and things like that for cases that we follow on a regular basis. So she is there. Hi, Mel. Yeah, you haven't seen a live in forever. I know. Hello from Canada. Welcome to the stream, Mel. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been going off and on simply because of medical stuff and just busy life. I fell, which is a whole story in itself. But my daughter's medical stuff and things, and now we should be completely back into this. I'm hoping for at least 2 to 3 days a week. We could have consistent live streams about different cases and topics, and then uploads. Pretty much going to be around this time whenever we do it, like the 7:30, 8 o'clock ish time frame, because that seems to be when we are finally at home and settling down for the evening. So make sure that you are subscribed though and hit your notifications so that you guys can come in and hear about the different cases and just really anything that we're going to talk about, because we do cover various things. So anyways, let me go ahead and get this press conference pulled up though. So this is about Ryan R.J. Davis. He was in Chickasha, Oklahoma, whenever he went missing on January the 2nd at 11:20 p.m. was the last time, or was the time frame that they believe that he walked away. They did end up finding him, the United Cajun Navy. Not going to lie, I was a little bit concerned whenever they were coming into this, just simply because of some of the drama surrounding the Sebastian Rogers case. I think left a kind of bad taste in my mouth. But they got there at 6 a.m. No, 3 a.m. Let me think. It was like, it was a weird time. They got there. They were only there for a couple hours and they found him around 12:05 yesterday, which I am sure I will see the actual time. And so it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yes, I will send you the StreamYard link. Sorry, I only posted it in the thing there. I'll share it also over in Discord and and I'll send it to you on Facebook though. Yeah, B Tim. They were only there for a few hours whenever they found him. So I'm going to go ahead and play this press conference, though. For those of you guys who did not see it, I am going to play it at 1.25 speed, just in the interest of time, so that we can get through it and some other stuff. So let me get his stepfather, step monster, did attempt suicide today after his court hearing. He did try to hang himself, and he is currently in the hospital getting medical attention. We'll go into some more details about that later, but they did greatly increase his parents' charges, which is good because they're monsters. Hi, Bushes. How are you?
Hi, I am good.
How happy are you that we were wrong? I
Well,
sometimes
we
you
weren't wrong. We were suspicious. There's a
right.
difference. We were open to other ideas. I am thrilled that that boy is alive and was able to walk on his own accord and wasn't so injured and laying out there hurt somewhere. I'm thrilled he is found.
Me too. And well enough that asked for pizza like almost instantly, right? And there's a local pizza shop now that is giving him pizza for life. So that's awesome for him.
That is awesome for him.
Hi, Steele. Hi, Kathleen. Good to see you guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play on this press conference. Like I said, this is over on Sleuthy Sweetheart's page. I forgot to audio boost it. She has this shared over there, but I'm going to go ahead and share it just because she has the clearest audio that I have seen so far.
Hope and prayer, we consider the outcome that we were all hoping for has come true. R.J. Davis was found safe. He's doing well. And this has been several days now for us, for our law enforcement partners, for our search groups, and everybody involved that has stepped up. The minute that we put out that we had a 12-year-old boy who was missing in this area, in Chickasha, in Grady County, Caddo County, of all the areas that we were looking, you're talking about hundreds of people who came forward and did everything they could, working day in, day out, to make sure that everywhere that was possible to be searched was. And we're talking about groups of people that just cared. They didn't know who this boy was, exactly the full story, but they still stepped up and did everything that they could to make sure that this young man was found safe. What we can say is that today around noon, one of the local groups, United Cajun Navy, these gentlemen who are here behind me, located this 12-year-old child. He was found in Caddo County, near Cement. And when they located him, they, of course, brought him in, made sure that he was okay. And then at that point, he was checked out by first responders, by law enforcement, where he is doing well at this time. I can't even begin to explain to you, again, our appreciation for all these groups who contacted us, not just these men behind me, but I mean, they can attest too. I mean, there were people who were working around the clock, searching different areas, calling us, hey, we checked here. What about this area as well? And so these local groups here, they are the heroes during this. And, the fact that we found this young boy safe is the ultimate goal, and we appreciate that. The child's biological mother and stepfather that we had talked about remain in the Caddo County Jail at this time on multiple child abuse complaints. That has not changed. The district attorney's office will continue to process those charges. And so when those charges become official, when that happens, I will let everyone know. But we can assure you, RJ was found safe, and at this point, he will not go back to that property. He will not go back to those parents. The OSBI, the Chickasha Police Department, we're going to work closely with DHS to make sure that RJ is put into a safe home, which he deserves at this time moving forward, of course. So that's going to be the plan as we move forward. But at this time, again, we appreciate everybody, local law enforcement, Chickasha Police, Grady County Sheriff's Office, Caddo County Sheriff's Office, OHP, District 6 Task Force, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Everybody did a tremendous job contacting the OSBI, making sure that we had the resources necessary as this search progressed forward. So we appreciate everybody that was a part of this. And I'm going to let Chief say a few words real quick.
I'll make mine really short. About a week ago, roughly, when we held the first press conference, I asked for the media's help, and we got it. How I know that to be true is where I met and spoke with RJ. When I was hugging him, he said, "Hey, I saw you on the news. So what you did worked. Thank you. RJ is safe. He is sound. And we stand by our promise. He will not go back to that property. Thank you."
All right, any follow-up questions?
Can you tell us where exactly he was found? I know you kind of mentioned it, but I guess like where he's been this whole entire time? Do we know?
So that's still going to be part of this investigation for us. No, we're not sure exactly how he got from downtown Chickasha to Caddo County exactly, but we know that he made his way there. I mean, we have to remember too, it's been over a week since this search began, and so he found a way to make it back to where his property was, or close to it, and so it's in Caddo County near Cement, near where that property was.
Was this near where all of us were yesterday for that big search party by the lake? What was it in vicinity to that?
It's close to there. I would have to relook at where exactly it was. I know we had, I mean, when we got calls, we had several groups looking in several different areas in Caddo and Grady counties. And so this would have been closer where he was found to where his parents' property was there in Caddo County.
How is RJ doing now that he was found? Is he having injuries? Is he recovering well?
He's doing well. We're still processing him. Medical staff is still looking at him, but from what we've been able to tell so far, he is doing great.
What's next for him? Do you know, once he's released from the hospital, he's going to have custody of him? Who is he going to go into?
So he is in state custody at this time, and OSBI is going to work with DHS moving forward. So there are still, we still have to go through that entire process. So that is unknown, but we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that he is at a safe home.
Any chance we can hear from you guys talk about what it took to find this and what it means to you guys to know that you found this boy and that everybody's been searching for him?
Go ahead.
Well, it's been pretty exciting for us to say the least. Long morning, very long morning. We had a little plan where we kind of thought he was. We pulled a big search group out, kind of distracted them and kind of let that area get quiet. And then these two guys went in there and they were the ones that actually located him and brought him to safety. And then we got the cops involved. To say we're excited is an understatement. I mean, we've been on plenty of these. It's been the other way. So when you get to bring one home, it's it's pretty rewarding. It's quite the high.
Was he outdoors in a shelter? Can you talk about?
He was indoors. I don't know with the investigation. I don't know what I can say. That's up to these gentlemen. But he was indoors.
Was this like an on-foot search? Did you use drones to talk to us?
It was on foot. It was on foot.
Was he alone?
Yes.
We were told by volunteers searching that, he had experience with camping in the outdoors. Do you think that helped him stay alive through these last few years?
Absolutely. So, I mean, from what the little bit I was told from the first aide that the nurse that was there that kind of worked on him a little bit said he was in, for all things considered, in really good health. So, I mean, he knew where the water was, he knew where his food was, and so he came through it pretty well.
Did he have any supplies or any gear on him?
Not on him, but he had it readily available.
I want to pause for a second just because I am willing to bet. I was thinking about this because he went all the way back towards where he actually lived and was about a mile from his home. And I am betting because this is the third or fourth, depending on which source you look at, time that he ran away. I think that he likely was preparing for this. Like he probably was already taking food, taking things he was going to need to this little hideout area that he has in preparation to run away for the next time that he got the opportunity, if that makes sense. But this is the area that he knows. This is the area that he kind of trusts to be around, if that, I don't know. So he wasn't actually in a room at the motel Cootergy after they found him, and they kind of touch on this a little bit, but after they found him, they take him to police, and police headquarters were at that motel. And so that's why he was there. They took him there. They let him get some food and things like that.
You think he had any assistance while he was out?
That I couldn't tell you.
Let everybody get their questions. I'll go. Can you just walk me through the moments when you made contact with him? What that was like? What was his reaction? Did he have tears? Was he?
That's you guys.
He gave us a hug and told him that he was safe. Nobody was going to harm him anymore. Yeah. And he gave us a big hug, and he was ready to go eat some pizza.
So his spirits were up.
Yes, sir. He was visibly shaken, terrified, but overall, he was a tough kid.
Was he terrified because maybe he didn't know who you all were, and then once he realized it was safe?
I think there was that. He did end up revealing himself to us while we were still kind of clearing an area to make it safer to look in depth. And he came out with his hands on. So after we both laid eyes on him, it was like, RJ? But
What were his first words to you when you guys made contact with him?
I'm sorry. He was real apologetic.
Did you think he was in trouble?
I think he was more upset that we were out there looking for him. You know, kids in that kind of environment, they kind of learn that anytime the attention's on you, it's a bad thing. So we just kept reassuring him.
Look at his side of the humble.
Incredibly.
No question for you.
Yep.
During this whole time, you all were optimistic that you would find him, and you know everyone kind of had concerns, like
Right.
what made you all optimistic? Was it something specific?
Well, I think that, like I had stated whenever we did this press conference on Thursday, that there was nothing that showcased to us that he was dead. And because of that, we knew when he had gone missing in his last sighting, we knew that it had been several days and that, you know, time was the essence, that we had to find him. But based on everything that we were able to gather, nothing showed us that you know, that he was not alive, or that you know, that he was still alive. And so because of that, it gave us hope, and we knew that there was a good chance that he was still out there. That he just needed help. And so because of that, we did everything we could to still look over everything we could to see where he might have gone. And because of that, that's why we had that hope that he was going to be found alive.
Andre, let me just double check some super quick. We were all at that vigil a few days ago, and we also this man claimed to be his biological father. Will this man be back in the picture? Do we know if this man is his biological father? Will he be put into this man's custody?
I mean, again, so that, like I said, that whole process is going to be working with DHS as we move forward. So we're just not sure. We're going to find the best home for him moving forward for this child. And so however that's going to look, we're going to do what we can to ensure that he's put in the right home.
I know it's only been barely a couple of hours since he's been found taken to the hospital, but have you kind of revealed any new information to y'all about maybe what his home life was like, or is that just something you're going to wait for over time?
Not at this time. Like I told you guys, when we made the arrest of his biological mom and his stepdad last week, those were findings, obviously, that we were able to gather of why those arrests had occurred at that time. So nothing new since then, besides working with the DA to see what charges will be filed. But like I told you guys before, the evidence that we found was clear that there was harm done to this child and that the parents were responsible for that harm. And so them being booked is what's going to be best for this child. And we're extremely grateful, of course, that he was found in good spirits and that he's going to be okay. And to see how this child thrives now moving forward because of this is going to be tremendous for everybody involved.
Did you see an increase in tips when you announced that the security reward that he was brought in safe and okay?
George, the tips never. You can't really, it's hard because we received several tips even before we had put that out. It certainly helped, but it never stopped. So even if people weren't on foot looking, they were still calling us. I mean, people were on social media doing what they could to gather as much information as they could. Like I told you, we were working around the clock, following up on all of those tips. Even if it didn't help us find the child necessarily, we were still grateful. And so nonstop, we received several tips from people in Chickasha, Grady, and Caddo County that were trying to do what they could to say, hey, maybe this is something you guys haven't looked at before.
Now, Hunter, a big question I have is, you know, it was the organization that came in and found RJ, and we had that miracle earlier today. And I understand when we were all talking with you folks, you said, you know, there's organizations doing their investigation and search. You guys are doing your investigation, your search. Looking back on what the outcome was, are you guys going to assess how you collaborate with the community and other organizations when it comes to projects, missions like this one?
Yes, I think that every case you can learn something new, and there's something that always arises from different cases. This is one that involved a lot of different people and large search parties over multiple days. And so the way that we collaborate with everybody involved is something that that I believe we did a great job with, but it's something that can get better, of course, as we move forward. But, you know, again, when you're talking about a search like this, with the amount of people, this is a bit rare with how many people were involved, but we appreciate everybody's help. Again, as this happened, and like you guys had seen, because of the different people who stepped up and helped, that's how this child was ultimately found.
Can I ask this from you maybe one more time about, like, what does this mean to you? I can tell that it's been weighing on you heavily this whole week, and just now I'm sure it's very emotional to know that he has been found and brought to you guys, but also to know that your community came together to find this boy. What does that mean to you as a coach?
I mean, we have a very, very supportive community, regardless of what it is. I think the important thing is our community, regardless of socioeconomics, regardless of race, creed, regardless. They came together because a 12-year-old needed help. To me, that's what's important. Whether it was news media, social media, the fake posts, and all that junk that I shared with Hunter over the last week, being able to speak with a couple of the aunts, other family members, trying to say, okay, what can I do personally? So, the fact that I'd never seen and or heard of these three men until about two and a half hours ago, that's incredible to me. Somebody somewhere contacted them somehow, and they came to aid our community. That's what's important. So it means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot from our patrolmen, our detectives, our administration, our civilian personnel, because everybody hurts. Some just show it more than others.
One more question for you, Hunter.
Yep.
You guys had mentioned that RJ did see on the news, on social media, that people were looking for him. Did he have a cell phone on him? And if so, did you guys try tracking that at all as part of the investigation?
No, I mean, from our knowledge, no. Obviously, what was with him or around him, we can't really release a lot of that at this time. But in terms of phones, whatever that we could grab our hands on or find out that was in the area, we tried our best to use all the resources that we had to find him or find out where he might have gone during this process. And so, but specifically what was with him or around him, we just can't go into detail on that.
Did they have to say what he might have been eating for a week?
No, we still, I mean, right now, the main goal is to find him, and we found him. I know a lot of people are curious how he got there, what was going on during this week time or this week process, but that's something we're still going to be looking into. But to us, all that matters is this child was found safe, and he's going to be he's going to have a great life moving forward.
We don't know if he was necessarily in contact with anybody else.
No, we're not sure yet.
Just want to confirm which police chief and your name.
Go ahead, Terry.
The proper spelling of my first name is Goebel, Goebel, last name Music. Yes, ma'am.
Anything else?
Do we know when he's going to be released from the hospital? Did you guys notice when you found him? Did any marks or any signs of disease?
I mean, again, we're not going to be able to release that at this time. We can say that he is healthy. He is in good spirits. Like we said, he is still going to get processed and make sure that he is that everything else is good. But going into specifics, we just can't go into that yet.
Did anybody else that we should know about was the FBI involved in that?
Yes. Yep. FBI, OHP, Grady County Sheriff's Office, Caddo County Sheriff's Office, District 6 Task Force, and all the groups, of course, that helped out. So
Was CMPD involved?
I believe they might have helped. So yes, I can't release that yet. Is everybody okay? Is good? Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'd like to say somebody commented about his biological father.
Yeah.
I posted a newsreel in Discord. His biological father just got released from prison. I don't know what he did,
Oh my
why
God.
he was there, but he was there for 10 years. That's why he hasn't been there.
So let's maybe not put him with another criminal.
Yeah.
Wait, how long ago did you put that in there?
It was this evening.
Okay. Hold on. In the RJ one?
Thread, yes.
Okay. Let me scroll up. No, all of this is from yesterday. Let me see. I just oh man. Yeah, you knew he looked like he had a hard life. Okay. So then we go into, should bio parents have rights or custody rights of their kids whenever they've been gone, like he's been gone for all this time, even though he was a criminal? Because now we're looking at, like, I don't know, I've seen too many cases where criminals take custody of kids and then it's not, right. He needs stability, not a criminal life. And to me, I feel like as soon as, like, I kind of agree with what Living Life said, as soon as you start seeing fundraisers and stuff like that, people were talking about if he was found safe, we need to make sure that he's provided for, and we need to make sure blah, blah, blah. They're opening a trust for him, which is great. I'm not saying any of that is wrong. They're opening a trust for him and things like that. BioDad came out last night and attempted to open up a GoFundMe for whenever he takes custody of RJ, to provide for him and RJ's needs. It was the way that it was worded that was like a huge red flag for me, because to me, that almost seems like, you're taking advantage of this situation. This young boy is getting taken advantage of again. And they got it pulled down very, very quickly. Let me show you. This is from the Facebook page here. So the GoFundMe. Okay, wait, nope. Oh, actually, it says she is confirmed now that they must have updated to not be connected to RJ. But originally it said basically that our community has been shaken by the heartbreaking news surrounding 12-year-old RJ Davis. After a period of unimaginable bravery, RJ is safe and has been located after running away from a home marked by severe abuse. His biological mother and stepfather are currently in custody facing serious felony charges. While the immediate danger has passed, RJ's journey towards healing is just beginning. And I fully agree with this, right? He has a long way to go. He has so many things that he's going to have to deal with emotionally, physically, things like that. And so I do agree with the fact that he needs a support system. He needs things put in place. And I think he deserves to have the most amazing life that he could dream of. I'm not saying that I don't think that they should start a trust for him. I do think, though, that trust needs to be very protected to make sure that somebody does not take custody of him simply to be able to access monies that he is being given. But anyways, so it says every dollar will be managed by RJ's legal guardian and will go directly towards rebuilding RJ's life. Our goal is to provide him with a sense of security and resources he needs to survive. Professional therapy, counseling, medical care, essentials, education, and support. It says RJ is a resilient young boy who deserves to know that he is loved, supported, and safe. I agree with everything here, except for, it being managed by his legal guardians. I think it needs to be put into a trust. Well, right now it's the state, yes, but I think that they're implying whenever he gets to his forever home, wherever he's going to go, after this, like if BioDad got custody, for example, that way BioDad would have access to these funds. And it was shared by some of the Bio family or alleged family. And so that's where kind of the red flags went off for me, because I agree with this. Like, he has family popping out the woodworks as soon as he went missing and people started talking about providing for his future needs and things like that. If he was found, and taking care of him once he was found. And next thing you know, oh, he's got this grandmother, and he's got, this father, this long lost father, and blah, blah, blah. So maybe it's because, of course, maybe it's because of the fact that he was in jail. I didn't know that. So that kind of fills in those gaps for that 10-year time period. But what the heck was he charged with? I need to look it up. Seal, get me BioDad's charges. Get me a background check. Yeah, sounds like a grift to me. That's what I'm saying. Hi, Rebel. Yeah, so many are going to see him as a cash cow. I mean, even just the free pizza for life, that is amazing for him. And the free haircuts, somebody else said that he can come there anytime to get free haircuts. That's awesome. I love this community. They have stepped up every step of the way, making sure that he is taken care of, making sure that he was searched for, that he was cared about. The United Cajun Navy was only there because people reached out to the United Cajun Navy to say, hey, this kid's missing. Can you come help search? They got there and found him within like 6 hours of starting to search. It was awesome. Awesome work by them. But again, I just don't want to see this kid get used any more than he already has. Right? We have some horrific charges coming up that we'll discuss in a second here. Let me go ahead and show you guys a couple of these posts from the United Cajun Navy. I was looking for a copy of the interviews that they did today. If anybody has seen like a recording, I guess I should say, because they were on radios and things like that locally. If anybody has seen copies of those radio broadcasts, that would be awesome. Here is the link if you guys ever want to donate to the United Cajun Navy. They go out on different searches for people. They will likely receive the reward for helping locate him. I believe it was a $5,000 reward. So they will likely get that money. I'm okay with that because they are out there utilizing their resources, pulling these teams together and things of that nature to be
They
able
can
to go
take
search for
that
more people.
5,000 and put it towards another kid.
Exactly. And so that's exactly it. So the funds that go to them do go 5013C. They do go to helping searches in the future for other missing people. And so that is their link if you guys are interested in donating directly to the United Cajun Navy. So it says, we are grateful for, which screen am I on? We are grateful for the agency's search and rescue teams, volunteers, divers, drones, operators, boat crews, and community members who chose to work together when a family needs help. None of these missions are possible without unity, trust, communication, and shared purpose. In recent months, our teams have taken part in several major searches in the region. In Oklahoma, 12-year-old RJ Davis was found alive and brought to safety after 9 days missing. In New Orleans, 12-year-old Brian Vasquez, an autistic child, was recovered from a lagoon so his family could finally have answers and closure. In Lake, I'm not going to even attempt to say that, wreckage from missing Cessna was located so the families waiting for news would no longer have to wonder what happened. Not every search ends the same way, but every search deserves the effort. Every family deserves answers, and no one deserves to search alone. When we come together, we can bring people home, bring the truth forward, and bring comfort to those who are hurting. United as strength. So there is this post that they put up. I mentioned, so George Franklin Cole Jr., or stepdad, did attempt suicide today. And he had court this afternoon and was read off his new charges during that court hearing. The official
No, he
charges.
didn't make it to court.
Oh, he didn't make it to the court? I thought that he was read
Nope.
the charges, the one news station said. So he never even made it.
Uh,
He did this
no,
before court?
unless the news doesn't have their facts right. The
It's
news
possible.
story that I had posted said that he tried to do the unaliving prior to court.
Okay. See, this one here says he was found in his cell after appearing in court on Monday. This is from Channel
Well,
9's news.
before. We know he did it.
Right. Right. Obviously guilty, right? Obviously, whenever you were sitting there trying to commit suicide because of the charges that you were facing, you likely did it. Ponca train, like even if you spell it phonetically.
I don't
Okay.
know. I'm pretty sure he did it, but let's say that even if he didn't, that would definitely motivate me, this list of charges. This is really bad, let alone if you did it.
If you realize though, there are so many people connected to this family that are SA offenders and are like there are so many ROs. Like it's disgusting how many people that are connected to them, including his dad.
Yeah.
But you think about the fact that he had a family business. He had this mechanic shop thing going on. He had his horses and things like that. Even if they would get out of jail and be found not guilty at this point, which would never happen, because let's face it, whatever they have to have this many charges on them is very concrete evidence. This is not just great aunt, whatever her name is, sitting there spouting off lies and rumors like the one
No.
Facebook post said. This is concrete evidence of some sort of these charges. To have 14 felonies he is up to now. And so we are, even if they would be found not guilty and released from jail, his life is over. Like, you will never work anywhere again with even some type of allegation surrounding this. Like, there goes your family business. There goes the horses. There goes everything that you worked towards because you're a monster and a sick one at that, right? This is a child that you
At
harmed.
this point, he can't even own a hamster.
Right. Right. Got to do laundry. Cooter G, don't do it. Don't do it. Just say no. Okay, so anyways, it says George Franklin Cole Jr. was charged with 14 felony counts, 8 counts of child abuse, 1 count of child SA, 3 counts of child neglect, and the additional counts were a pattern of criminal offenses and conspiracy. Cole Jr. was seen by Special District Judge David Stevens, wherein bond was set, along with an appearance date of April 16th, 2026, for his preliminary conference. District Attorney Jason Hicks and Assistant District Attorney Morgan Langford appeared for the state. As to the bond, the state requested that the court set the bond to the amount of $2,500,000 for Cole Jr. and ordered him to have no contact with minors and have no weapons of any sort in his possession, wear a GPS device if bonded out, and to have no contact with animals or other witnesses. Shortly after Cole Jr. appeared before the court, he returned to his cell where he attempted to take his own life. At this time, Cole Jr. is in the hospital undergoing additional testing. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation was requested to investigate the incident. I don't know what other types of testing that they would do. I'm sad that he's still alive. I hate to say that because that's not the right thing for me to say, but I guess what he needs to face justice is what I'm supposed to say. But sometimes justice is not swift enough. And I really think that it would be easier for RJ to be able to move on with his life if these people were just gone, right? So then he doesn't even have to worry about the court process. He doesn't have to worry about testifying someday. He doesn't have to worry about all that. And the reality is, the wheels of justice turn so freaking slowly that we will likely still be covering this case in 3, 4, or 5 years, right? Because that just seems to be how long stuff takes to actually get through the process. And so I almost wish that that he would have been successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree. I don't want to see the community go through it. I don't want to see RJ go through it. I think the other kids that lived on the property with them need to be questioned better, and it's just all very ugly.
I agree. I agree. And I'm very concerned about how many other children were surrounding them. Like, if you look at their Facebook posts, there's kids out the wazoo in every single picture. And it really makes you wonder how much everybody went through. And I don't want to put extra charges on or extra, I guess, trauma onto this family. Like, hopefully it was just RJ. We've seen that before in cases where parents will select one child, single them out, and do horrific things. It's not unheard of. But surrounded by that many registered offenders, and then also being offenders themselves, the parents, it's hard to think that everyone in that home was safe at all times. It's hard to think that, nothing else has happened. And so my heart goes out to them, because if there was something else that happened to anyone else, I hope that they're able to get the help that they need and people believe them. Because that unfortunately is a struggle where sometimes, you're not believed whenever you have those cries for help. So hi BC, how are you? Good to see you. So this is kind of an article about how they found him. It says 12-year-old boy who had been missing for over a week. The dog is laying underneath me and snoring so loud. Can you hear her right now? Sorry for the change of topic, but she is like sawing logs, like so loud. I literally, my foot just rumbled and I was like, what was that? And like turned to look, and it's the dog. Like, Sorry. Anyways, so it says 12-year-old boy who had been missing for a week was found safe Sunday afternoon in Cato County after a targeted on-foot search led by volunteer rescuers. Okay, so Sean with the United Cajun Navy said volunteers located the boy around noon near cement, not far from his parents' property, following days of coordinated searching across Grady and Cato counties. He said the group relied on a deliberate search strategy designed to increase the chances of safely finding the child. We had a little plan where we kind of thought he was. We pulled a big group or search group out, kind of distracted them, and then let that area get quiet. The 2 volunteers then entered the area on foot while others stayed back. During that quiet search, the boy revealed himself as volunteers were clearing the location. He came out with his hands up. He said the boy was found indoors and was in relatively good condition considering how long he had been missing. He credited the boy's experience with camping and survival skills for helping him endure the past several days. He knew where water was, he knew where food was. For all things considered, he was in really good health. He said he gave a big hug and was ready to go eat some pizza, so his spirits were up. After the boys were located, the volunteers contacted law enforcement and first responders who evaluated him at the scene and transported him for further medical checks. The United Cajun Navy members then turned the situation over to authorities. To say we were excited is an understatement. We've been on plenty of these that have gone the other way. So when you get to bring one home, it's pretty rewarding. So the successful outcome was the result of cooperation between volunteers, law enforcement, and the public, saying that community tips and widespread awareness helped guide search efforts. So this sounds like that they had locals there searching, and then the United Cajun Navy had them leave so that they could go in and search. So I wonder if the locals would have actually stumbled across him too, because they were in that area looking.
There's no telling. I mean, with so many people looking, he might have tried to hide again.
Right. The noise and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It saddens me that he came out with his hands up.
Well, honestly, I'm wondering if he, can you put it in Discord, Seal? Because I can't, wait, let me switch my Facebook. I was going to say, I'm on my Sleuth Mom Facebook. You can send it there also, but I don't typically pull up my, let me see. I got it. Let me see. Let me play this random video real quick about George Cole.
Release here from the DA's office, and it says that suspect, George Cole Jr., actually attempted to take his own life right before he was supposed to go into court. He's now in the hospital. He's undergoing some testing while his wife is in jail right now on 11 charges. RJ!
9 days after 12-year-old RJ Davis was last seen in Chickasha, volunteers found him back on his family's farm in Caddo County. While we're still working to learn how he got there, we do know it's an area volunteers peeled through for more than a week.
I was worried that he wasn't. The longer it went, I thought, the chances are slim, but kept hoping and praying.
Neighbor Vaughn Craddock believes those prayers were answered. He says he didn't know or realize what the boy was going through up until investigators arrested his mom and stepdad following his disappearance. Now, the day before getting taken away in handcuffs, though, they interviewed with us.
And we just want our son back home. We want him back.
Now, Kimberly Cole is facing 11 charges, 3 child abuse, 2 child sex abuse, 3 child neglect, 2 conspiracy, and 1 crime against nature. Her husband, George Cole, faced 10 charges, 8 child abuse, 1 for child sex abuse, and 1 for child neglect. Now, we're still working to learn the context of those charges, but earlier today, we learned that George tried to hang himself in jail. In the meantime, RJ's in state custody while investigators work the case. And while his future remains uncertain,
the OSBI, the Chickasha Police Department, we're going to work closely with DHS to make sure that RJ is put into a safe home.
Right, so quick correction right there. It was after Cole Jr. had his first appearance in court. Their next court dates haven't been set just yet. Obviously, we're going to stay on top of this. And as far as RJ goes, we're still working to learn where he's going to go next. He's in state custody at this time. We do know he is not going to go back to his parents. His biological father as well was in prison for the past 10 years and is out now. Live in Caddo County, Sean Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
Hey, so that was the video that you shared that said about him being in jail. I found it. I found the right one. So here is the report. This is what he was charged with. It isn't a Word document because we could not get it to send to me. Still tried, but here it is. She had to and yes, I don't have Word. So it is not it's going to yell at me the whole time because I am not an active Word user. But it says that he was charged with ABDOM. I was trying to look this up. ABDOM, assault and battery, domestic by strangulation. Like we don't need him to take custody. I'm good on that. I would rather not. I would rather RJ did not go to somebody with this type of charges. This is not like, speeding tickets or even a little bit of drugs or paraphernalia or anything. This is more violence. We don't need him to go back to a home with violence in it. Domestic violence by strangulation. Domestic in presence of a minor. Yeah.
No.
I'm good.
No,
I'm good on
no,
this.
no.
I think that's a no. So let's not do this to this child. You cannot take him out of one home where this crap was going on and put him back in to a home like that. Like that's a no. That's an absolute no. And the sick part about it is I would say there's no way DHS would ever approve that. But then we see Adam Montgomery. So
Right.
Adam Montgomery got custody of Harmony Montgomery just fine and then murdered her. But he had all kinds of like attempted murder charges and assault and drugs and all the things. The man was in jail more times than probably longer than he was actually out of jail and got custody of his daughter. So yeah, he does not need that daddy in his life. That is not okay. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't know. Okay, mom's upgraded charges. Let me go over those. So we've seen dad's upgraded charges, mom's upgraded charges. She has 3 counts of child abuse added and 2 counts of child SA, 3 counts of child neglect, a conspiracy charge, and then 2 crimes against nature charges now, not just one. So, yeah, why would you even think that would be good for him? Why would you even think? I don't know, Bushes. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, people didn't realize where he had been and what was going on with that, and they were like, "Oh, there needs to be a parent," and sometimes we don't need the parents.
Mm.
That's literally why that agency is supposed to be there. They need to determine if he goes back to a family member or not. And frankly, I'm not so sure with everything I've seen with as many people as knew abuse was happening and didn't report. I'm not slamming them. Apparently, some people were scared. Um, Whatever, but they didn't, and therefore, that's a no too.
Yeah, I agree. If you wasn't 104 years old, you'd adopt him. Seal, I don't I don't think that we can consent to more people being added to your home. Simply because I'm pretty sure if you add any more people to your home, your husband will leave. He will leave you, Seal. And then you will be on having to move on to like husband number 73. Like, let's not do that, Seal. Let's not. Pete's life matters. I must start a hashtag. Just say no, Seal. Just say no. Walk away from the children's. She collects children's as much as you used to collect animals.
Correct.
Just taking me people in. We can't. I appreciate your love for everyone. However, walk away. Just say no. You will accept me, right? Cat Mama, she's gonna be putting a shed in the backyard for me soon. I'm going down.
Pete needs to get busy on the tiny house village.
Yeah, tiny house village right in the backyard. We can do this. Come on, Seal. I'm at 74 husbands. We can have a tiebreaker. Let's do it. Seal's almost in the Guinness Book of World Records for like replacement families. We're working on it. Maybe. Just kidding. I'm sorry, Seal. I'm sorry. We're gonna make her cough.
We are gonna make her cough. Don't make her cough.
Yep, we're gonna make her cough. Oh man, I can look up tiny houses on Amazon right quick. 1 second. You can get them like ready made. They just pop open. They come in a box. Let's see. Let's do this. There we go. Look at that. You can get an 8x10 metal shed right now on Amazon for $4.89. Or we can like, have everything so we don't even have to use your bathroom or anything. Tiny house on Amazon can be delivered by February the 2nd. That's not that long. Fastest delivery January 23rd to the 26th. Let's go. $6,800. See?
If you order one of Elon's houses in a box, they'll come set it up.
Elon has a house in the box?
He sure does, and they're nice.
What? I don't even know about this. Where is it at? Boxable. It's literally called Boxable Casita. Casita. You're still waiting on your $99 shed from Temu. Let's see this. Look at this. Order a casita. This is nice. Look at those floors. Look at that. That's fancy. Look at that. That is fancy.
Listen,
see, it even has a order.
You can get add-ons. You can have multiple levels.
You can
have
cook
a roof deck
while you poop. Look at this. Your toilet is like in the kitchen. Cooking and pooping at the same time.
That's a efficiency. That's an efficiency. No, they have some really nice ones.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. How much is it? Let's do this. I gotta order it. Look at this. You got options. Studio style. Little tiny washroom. Well, I need 2 bedrooms.
Tour.
I need 2 bedrooms, so let's figure this out. There's no like prices.
You have to go to the factory. Are you on the factory website?
I'm on their website. I don't.
Okay, yeah, that's the factory website. Yeah, I took the
Order.
tour. They used to have a tour.
Order. Oh, you have to like put in your information. I'm not doing all that. I just wanted to order. Like, I'll send you the website, Seal, so that you can get it ordered for us. Oh, it's only $900 a month. For how many months? Let's find that out. That sounds like a lot of money. I don't know. You have the beach house still. Your tiny house was a 12 by 28. That's disgusting. Are you talking about the toilet in the bathroom? You can come in the den. Yeah, we won't need the den anymore because Pete won't be there once we all get there. So he won't need his den anymore. I'm gonna claim the back porch and Bushes can claim the garage. And then we'll make sure there's no room at all for him anywhere. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it isn't much bigger now. But I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited that this case ended well. Thank God. I thought for sure BC sent me another case that was going to end bad. She was like on a streak there for a long time where like everybody was dead. And I got to the point where I'm like, BC, I'm not covering no more cases because everybody you send me is dead. Like, I can't handle it. I'm getting emotional. I'm losing my mind. And I'm just so thankful that like I looked at this. I was like, no, there's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance. And then I started to get like that sinking feeling like, oh my God, where is this kid? Like, how is he this street smart? Like, how is he like surviving out there? Especially the more times they kept saying, he needs medical attention and we need to get him looked at and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. I am so happy. The only thing I can think of is he must have had a plan. He must have like been taking supplies to his little house, or once his parents were arrested, went and grabbed some stuff so that he could like survive with
Well,
food
did he know they were arrested? Did he
he
even
said that
know
he
people
watched the
were?
news. The sheriff guy said that whenever he seen him, he said, I got your message. I seen you on the news. So he seen
How
news
did
somehow.
he watch the news?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe even like while he was like walking at night or something. Maybe on people's TVs. Is there still TVs in shop windows? That's not a thing. Maybe he went to like I don't know, laundromat or something. Who knows? Who knows? But he said that he got his message about he would be safe and he would never have to go back to that home again. So, yeah. How did he watch the news? Maybe they had a TV. Maybe whenever he snuck to his property to get supplies, he watched TV. Once
That could
everybody was
be.
cleared out of there, I mean, he was only a mile from his house in an abandoned building or an abandoned trailer. I think I heard something along those lines. Maybe he went back to the house and was grabbing stuff out of it. I mean, because he was wearing like a blue coat. That wasn't part of his last known items, was it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So maybe he went and grabbed stuff out of his own house, which is,
Hilarious.
true. Or they may have showed him. BC's right. Maybe United Cajun Navy showed him like that the guy said he would never have to go back home after they found him. But I doubt it. I don't think the first thing you're like is, hey, watch this press conference after you find a missing kid. There was a phone close to him, so maybe he was following the Facebook group or Googling himself. Hi, Red Rock. Good to see you. Red Rock, we have a positive ending. So, all right, I got to go pick up my son. He is at his thing, so I got to jump off here. Love you guys. Thank you so
Bye,
much for
guys.
coming. Thank you again, B. Tim, for gifting memberships. Bushes, thank you as always for coming up. I would say thank you to the mods, but that is the entire chat. So you guys didn't have to moderate anything. So, but thank you anyways for being supporters and always being here. I love you guys so much. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.